Today is Sunday, September 21st, and this is another update on my progress of beating the S&P 500 along with Bill Ackman's Pershing Square holdings. I do make these videos every Sunday, so if you want to follow along, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and let's get into it. Since my last update, Pershing Square had a gain of 1.88%, my portfolio had a gain of 0.85, and the S&P 500 had a gain of 1.22. Which brings us year to date. Pershing Square is at a gain of 32.51. My portfolio is at a gain of 27.51 and the S&P 500 is at 13.56. If we take a look at the earnings calendar for this week, you'll see that we have two different companies reporting. The first is going to be Micron Technology, which reports on Tuesday, and the second is going to be Costco, which reports on Thursday. Costco is currently the only one of these two in my portfolio and sits in the number 8 out of my 14 current positions. Now for the events calendar, it's going to be fairly light for the most part this week. On Wednesday, we do get new home sales. On Thursday, we get initial jobless claims along with the existing home sales. And then to finish it off on Friday, we get the personal income and spending along with the personal consumptions expenditures index. If we take a look at the SPY chart, you'll see that this is where we closed it on Friday, so we definitely had a good week this past one. If we add in the 5 and the 15-day moving average, you'll see that the SPY price is still above the 5-day, and both of those are still well above the 15. And it's been that way going all the way back to September 3rd. And since the SPY price bounced off of this long-term green trend line on September 2nd, the SPY price is up 3.65%. So definitely a lot of confidence in the markets right now. Powell did hold his Fed meeting last Wednesday and cut the federal funds rate by a quarter basis point. He also said he expects 2 more cuts this year, when previously after the September cut, he had been implying only 1 more this year. So that was definitely a nice surprise and should help continue giving the markets a boost upwards. These are going to be all 14 of my current positions. Right now, Nvidia, Palantir, Microsoft, Meta, and Shopify make up my top 5, and those make up 39.78% of my portfolio. Since my last update, Shopify has surpassed Welltower and has now moved into my top 5. Dave once again had a great week and now sits at 100.15% gain in my portfolio. And then Sprouts Farmers Market, which is my smallest holding, making up 2.97% of my portfolio, finds itself in a 20% decline. I don't see it falling much lower than where it currently is, so I am going to keep it in my portfolio. Right now, I have 82.83% invested, which leaves me with 17.17 sitting in cash. I do have buy orders set for Monday morning to increase all of my current positions by 10% apiece, so that 17.17% of my portfolio sitting in cash is definitely going to be a lot smaller come my next update. And I think the markets are currently showing too much strength to have that much cash sitting on the sidelines. That's going to do it for today. I do make these updates every Sunday, so if you want to follow along, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you next Sunday.